you were to ask me on any given day what topic in the news we get the most mixed messages about, I think near the top is the issue of abortion or matters of life and pregnancy and all that. I think we get a lot of different messages. Many of them, in my opinion, are misleading. It's a hot topic, but there are as many different opinions on it as news outlets. And so it's easy to get confused or misled or just kind of pessimistic about it. So I'm going to bring in someone who knows a little bit more than I do on the issue. That's Leah Savas. She's a reporter with World, and she has a large resume of covering this issue, specifically the matter of abortion, but even pregnancy and life inside the womb, even outside the womb. And so hopefully she can help us stay out of the weeds. So without further ado, Leah and I are pseudo co-workers. We don't work within the same department, but we both work at World. But she's been here longer than I have. Could you explain kind of what you do at World and what your beat is reporting for World?
Yeah, so I started at World in 2019 as an intern, and then after a few months, they hired me full-time. So I think it was that September I started full-time, and they hired me specifically to work on the abortion topic. But I didn't start writing for Vitals, which is our digital roundup on abortion and other life issues, until a few months later. So once that happened, is kind of when I got more into the topic, because it was like daily or weekly deadlines for abortion-related stories or euthanasia-related stories. But over time, although euthanasia is technically a part of my beat, abortion has really taken up most of my brain space, just with everything happening in the country the last couple of years.
Okay, so how is World as a news group, how's their approach to life, abortion, and pregnancy different than other outlets? Tell me a little bit about how they report on abortion.
Yeah, so a really good example of how World deals with this issue is if you look at our style guide. We have a policy guide that goes over specific terms that we use, terms that we don't use, and there are several related specifically to the abortion issue. I actually printed up part of the style guide so I could kind of talk about a few of these. So the very first one in the category of word usage with theological implications is abortion business or abortion center. And part of the style guide, it just talks about, we're not using the term abortion clinic because clinic implies healthcare. Abortion is not healthcare, despite what pro-abortion groups want to make us believe. So we try not to use that word clinic. Same thing, we use abortionist instead of abortion doctor, because doctor again implies someone that gives health or helps someone have a longer life, whereas an abortionist is actually killing an unborn life. So we have some examples like that. Also, when you think about how we talk about unborn life, we tend to avoid the term fetus. We refer to them instead as babies or unborn children, just to humanize this human that's inside of someone else that not many people can see. You can't see this baby with the naked eye, but that baby is a human and that baby is there. So we use terms to kind of make sure we're including that baby as a character in the story and not just as a concept or like a clump of cells, which is a term that many people use to refer to unborn babies. So a couple other examples are, we try to avoid the term pro-choice because that kind of masks what someone is actually supporting. In fact, when they say they're pro-choice, they're actually pro-abortion. They're supporting abortion, supporting the killing of unborn babies. And instead of an abortion ban or abortion restrictions, we usually call them increased protections for unborn babies, because that is the ultimate consequence of those laws. They ultimately protect unborn babies from abortion.
Yeah, I think it's pretty clear that words matter. Semantics seem kind of small and trivial, or a lot of people would communicate that it's small and trivial, but it doesn't seem that that's the case.
Yeah, well, I guess a good example of how semantics really make a difference is in the issue of transgenderism. There are people who are very adamant about being referred to by the pronouns that they want to be referred to by. So maybe it's a biological male wanting to be referred to as a she, her. I think that's a good example of how powerful those words can be, because accepting that those pronouns and actually calling that person she, her in a way is showing that you accept their preferred identity as a female when in fact they're a male. So I think it's similar with the abortion issue. When we use the term abortion doctor, it kind of shows that we're accepting the fact that, oh, this person is a part of the healthcare system. This person is providing healthcare. When in fact they are ending life. So using baby instead of fetus also humanizes that child, shows that we think of them as persons worthy of protection instead of just a medical problem to be removed or someone's choice. This is a human being that God is knitting together inside of a mother.
Hey, I'm Caleb Bailey. I'm a reporter with World Watch News, and we are a daily educational news program for students. Our team tackles current events and human interest stories all in one, while hopefully not leaving you stressed out. Along with these videos on YouTube, we have a full 10-minute show. And if you go to worldwatch.news/YouTube24 and use the code YouTube24, that's all caps YouTube24, you'll get the first month for free. So, if you like what we're doing here, try out our full news program. 10 minutes, 5 days a week. Just use the link in the code and we'll see you over there. Thanks for watching.